welcome back to another StarGirl review. Now, this episode of StarGirl is probably the single best episode of the season. But before I get into this review of StarGirl, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notification to get notified when videos like this and so much more drop. So, StarGirl episode 6 was probably the single best episode that I have seen. Or the second part of this episode, the last couple of minutes is probably the single best I have seen in any of the Arrowverse shows in the entirety of the Arrowverse. But yeah, let's start off with the first half of this episode. Yeah, so the first half of this episode is not really nothing to run home about, but it's more of setting up what the ISA plans are, and the ISA kind of going around and taunting the rest members of the JSA. And Cindy, kidnaps Mike. Isaac Bowen and Artemis Clark, goes to attack Pat. This part of this episode is really nothing to run home about. The whole Mike situation actually really turned out really good. I didn't wish that because the whole Mike situation, we didn't know if that he was going to join the ISA or what, but how he turned out to be in this episode was really, really good. The first part of this episode was really nothing to scoff at. It was really nothing to write home about. But, the first part of this episode was alright. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, which is the second part of this episode, because the last couple minutes of this episode is the single best thing I've seen from this show. And the Arrowverse, not the Arrowverse, but just the Arrowverse shows, some of the shows in general. But yeah, so we have finally the ISA going up against the JSA. The fight choreography was amazing. Every character matchup was great. It was brutal. It was badass. It was just amazing. So, Eclipso arrives, and this dude, or creature, or whatever he is absolutely badass. The things that went down in this, I can't even talk right now because I'm speechless right now, because what went down in the final couple minutes was just insane. So Eclipso arrives, he kills Cindy, or Cindy disappears. Eclipso makes Cindy disappear. I don't think that Cindy will come back. I don't think that she's gone from the season or the show as a whole, so she definitely is going to come back. He depowers the cosmic staff, so the cosmic staff isn't working. Shade, he kind of kills the Shade, more or less. He kills Isaac Bowen, and he just escapes. What? But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The last couple minutes of this episode was mind-blowing, completely insane. This dude, Eclipso, is bad news. But yeah, I love the second half of this episode. It was just amazing. So Eclipso escapes, and he transforms into the kid that we saw in the first episode, Bruce Gordon. So I'm wondering, now he's out there, I'm guessing that he's going to be causing havoc. But yeah, just to start off with the pros of this episode, was the fight choreography was absolutely amazing. All the characters came in, kicked ass, did what they had to do. All the character mashup fights was amazing. We got Isaac Bowen versus Yolanda. We got Courtney versus Cindy. We got Artemis Clark versus Our Man, which was an amazing fight. Probably the best fight I have seen in a long time. Probably my favorite fight scene of episode 6. But yeah, it was really, really amazing. I don't know, man. I don't really have any cons for this episode. The only con I have to say is that throughout this whole battle of the ISA and the JSA, you can tell that the wire work was really heavily followed. You could tell that they was using the wires a lot. But that's the only thing that I really have to scoff at in this episode was the wire work. But yeah, it was really an incredible episode. As I said earlier, the last couple minutes of this episode was really, really amazing. Top notch. But yeah, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up, a like. Comment down below on this video. What did you think of this episode? Did you like this episode? Did you hate it? What do you think Cindy and the Shade is gone? Do you think they did it? Do you think that they are dead? Or do you think they got transported someplace else, like the Shadowlands? Like where we saw Dr. Midnight is. But yeah, that is all for the StarGirl review. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification to get notified with more videos like this. Yeah, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell notification to get notified with more videos like this and so much more drop. I'm a member of the JSA. Yeah, and I'll see all you JSA members in the next video.